Now with author Angela Vassallo, we'll talk about her book, The Second Wife's Guide, Discover the Secrets to Survive and Thrive as a Second Wife or Step-Parent. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
We were just talking about that as we were setting up for this interview, that second wife situations, step-parenting situations, blended families are more common than ever before.
Yep.
But there are certainly a unique set of problems that women can face as they go into those situations. So this book is literally a guide to help them out.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I started to realise was that family dynamic is changing. There's lots of different, it's not your mum and your dad and the two little kids and the white picket fence anymore. There's just a very different family dynamic out there. And a growing trend of part of that is the blended family. But statistically, a second marriage doesn't look like that it will last for long. So the statistics I didn't agree with. I thought, I'm going to defy these statistics. I decided to write the book to break down that stigma, defy these statistics. A lot of these blended families can stay together.
And again, through your own experience as being in a blended family like that,
it's
important to defy the statistics, but you have to have the tools to kind of be able to do that. And I guess that's what this guide does. Know some of the issues you may face going in. Don't be surprised by them.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because I think if you don't know what you're going to be in for, like I really believe I had rose-coloured glasses on when I walked into my second marriage, well, my first marriage, but it was my husband's second marriage. So I've been a second wife and a stepmom for over 10 years now. So I really feel I've gotten through a lot of the tricky situations and come out the other end. But a lot of my friends were meeting men that had been married before, and they were coming to me for advice, and I realised there's a need for this information. You know, a lot of second wives and stepmoms feel like they're on their own, but there's millions of second wives and stepmoms out there. So I always talk about creating a community. I have the second wives community that I've created that they can become a part of, and and work together as a team and get the information that they need to work their way through it.
There's nothing like getting advice and support from someone who has been or is going through what you're going through. That's different from anybody else's.
When you can live and breathe it, and you can say anything to somebody and they know exactly what you're going through, I think that's so important.
One other tip you were touching on as we were talking is the importance of working on yourself and on your marriage specifically, as opposed to that bigger blended family you're now a part of. Not that that's not important, that you don't want to be positive in that, but you've got to focus on what's most important.
Yeah, you've got to prioritise your own relationship, because I always talk about my husband. I felt like he had a whole village of people standing behind him that I was trying to be accepted into and assimilate into. But what I didn't realise, after a few years, it sort of dawned on me, I should be really working on myself, my own personal growth, and building my own family, because your relationship needs to be strong. That is the main thing that you really do need to prioritise. And
that's probably a tough challenge that you have to keep reminding yourself, right? Because we all want to be liked, and you certainly want to be liked by the people in your family who you're going to see at the holidays, are going to be in and out. But there's some things, I guess, sometimes that are just out of your control.
That's right. And it can be really tricky. And that's why when I talk about the Second Wife's Guide, I say you not only can survive in a blended family, but you can also thrive in it. So the steps that I have and the guide that I give in my book talks about if you're going out for these different situations where there's going to be family members who may not be happy to see you or accepting of you, there's ways that you can work around that. So it is important to know those things.
Yeah, and sometimes I guess maybe play the long game. And it's not realistic to just be right in the middle of everything right off the bat in a new blended family.
It is definitely going to take 2 to 3 years for a family to blend, and your first year will always be your hardest. And if you know that straight off, then I think you're just not setting yourself up for failure to start with.
Wonderful. And then again, that's another part of the community that you've built through this book.
Absolutely.
So we can pick up the book wherever it's sold and online?
secondwiveshq.com. You can buy the book from there, and you can also join the community there too.
Wonderful. Angela Vassallo and the book, The Second Wife's Guide, Discover the Secrets to Survive and Thrive as a Second Wife or Step-Parent. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Good luck with it.
Thank you.